Japan's 20-year bond yield is approaching its highest level this century. Japan just agreed to a trade deal that, in order to agree to this deal, Japan's economy must be far worse than most or all of us actually expect. In fact, in this deal, this involves Japan paying a 15% reciprocal tariff, requires a $550 billion investment in the US, and 90% of profits from investment go to US as well. We're seeing treasury yields rise to record high in Japan, and we know what that means for our carry trade situation. Guys, talk about free money. First things first, costs led the way with a 60% move in 2 days, all the way from $5.40 all the way up to $8.60, a 60% move in 2 days, and most of it was 1 day. This move was about a 40% move in a single day. Costs got halted. 35x, let me see what it was. I had it somewhere in here. Costs' float was traded over and over, basically in less than half of the day. Why is this so significant? Well, this is GameStop overlaid over costs. It's basically identical charts, and if you take a closer look here, let me just get a closer look for you guys. This is what you see in the charts, right? GameStop has not had its move yet, while costs has had its move, and this is where we sit. GameStop is prepping and primed for a move higher, and we have been calling that we are right in this spot, right on the verge of this move up. And the pressure aligns with Japanese 10-year government bonds being our thing that we refer to see how much pressure is on the swaps that go into GameStop. Now, Roaring Kitty obviously knew what he was talking about in this thumbnail. And I think soon enough, we're going to have some pressure actually explode, and we're seeing it happen with Japan, them freaking out here. And this is going to point to our green candlestick, right? And I think a Roaring Kitty will possibly come back. Do we need him to come back? No, but when the time is right, that's just when he's going to strike. And also, I want to point out this video was going to immediately start with earnings, SPY, all this other stuff, but there is so much. It's one of these times where there is so much going on in the market that it's almost too chaotic for my brain to put into a video, because, you know, I could talk for 30, 40 minutes in these videos about every possibility, everything that's going on. AMC on the verge of a breakout as well. The longest time we have hugged this descending resistance level after testing it. We are building a spring for something big, and Casa just gave us the first warning signal of that. GameStop has been the flattest out of all of the basket stocks over the past month or two, and with that, I think it will have one of the strongest, most aggressive moves amongst all of these. RKT is one that we talked about, we made money on, and I'm going to give you another play on top of this. BYON is one that we have talked about several times. Very beginning of the year, we called this out, and then back here, March, April, May, June, early July, we were covering BYON, talking about BYON, up another 7% today. Since this breakout move is up quite a bit, and this stock has an extremely high short interest, I believe, still up about 100% since this breakout move and this retracement down to test it. Will this continue? Possibly. From what I had mapped out from the very beginning, BYON is due for a pullback down to at least 960. Will we get that? Maybe not, right? Momentum is actually continuing to build on BYON, and we could get this quick move very quickly up to $14.60, which still, if you miss the move from here, would be about a 28-29% gain. GNS, is GNS over? People are asking about it. Personally, if I currently wanted to chase the momentum on GNS, I just think other plays have more room. I would say GNS under $1.01 gets risky. We could have a retrace right to $1 before bouncing and going higher to $3.25 to possibly $7 plus. If at any point GNS broke under 92 cents, I would call it quits and eat a loss, or eat small profits, depending on how early you got into this. That's just my personal opinion and take on GNS. ATAI is sitting at an 8.29% short interest. And this is another one that I have called out, talked about, recently picked it up. recently gapped up, building momentum higher, and I do believe this one is actually going to build and make its way to $4.90. Was up 9% today, and I think momentum is still brewing. That is also about a 26% gain on the stock. I do believe it has potential to come up to 630. Depending on how high momentum gets to, then we could go higher than this, and we would have to reevaluate from there. ATAI is one I'm giving you for free right here in the YouTube. Some that I don't give out are in the Discord. It's the top link in the description of the video, guys. If you haven't watched the video earlier on pattern day trading being completely removed, make sure to go watch that, because it's important not only for people who have under $25,000 accounts, but for anybody, because we talked about stocks that will be affected. Another stock that I didn't talk about that will be affected long term is probably SoFi, in a good way. Now, if you want to see the other stocks and what is going to affect it, go watch that video. It's an 8-minute video. It'll take you a minute. It'll probably be right up at the end of the screen here when we close out the video. Let's see. Chipotle reported earnings down 10%, smashed down. Bad earnings. IBM reported earnings smashed down 5%. Google reported earnings. They beat on earnings. They're up a tiny bit, up 1.7%. Towards the end of the day, the SPY decided that it wanted to sell off, but still remains resilient, which we'll talk about in a second. Tesla is down about 4%. I had a friendly bet with somebody in Discord. Shout out Jason for cooking me on this. He bet puts. People ran puts. I went the other way, and so be it. Tesla's down 4%. Will this hold? Well, right now it looks pretty strong that Tesla's going to continue to sell off. In my opinion, well, for my hopes, I would hope for a bounce at 316. If Tesla gets under 316, it's probably not going to be too well. I mean, hopefully buyers can absorb the sellers between 311 and 313 if we get under 316. But at last case, that's almost my last resort, coming down to 306, right? Anything under that, you're likely going to break under 300 fast. It's going to sell off further, all that other stuff. It also tested the top of the wedge coming into after hours. It initially spiked, tested the top of the wedge, and then we just got a lot of sellers that came in. And reason being is because Tesla revenue came out at 22.5 billion. Estimated 22.7, so they missed on revenue. And then earnings per share 40 cents, estimated 42 cents, missed on EPS as well. Tesla just had a bad earnings. Will they have any news or guidance that comes out in the morning? I don't know. A stock that I want to put on your radar is Cheesecake Factory. This reports earnings July 29th, so next week. This one is very, very strong, and it just broke into price discovery above a huge fib level, and it could have room to make its way all the way up to $100 a share. Keep this one on your radar. INTC also reports tomorrow. As many of you know, I'm bullish on this, but based on the track record for Tesla, maybe you want to bet against me. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Again, do your own due diligence, all that other stuff. Most stocks got a pullback. NVIDIA got a pullback, Palantir, AMD, and then they all just got the most healthy pullback to continue their move higher. Now it's going to come to a point where, are they going to break their highs and continue this move up? This is going to carry over into the SPY. Is the SPY going to remain resilient? We faked out bears, then we faked out bulls, and then we faked out bears again. And now the SPY has chosen its direction, and that direction continues to be higher. We are seeing warning signs. I mean, right now you're seeing volatility slowly creep in as crypto sells off, and people start to bring in a little bit of fear and panic. Something might shift, and I believe that shift will be into small caps. Will it happen now? Maybe not. Maybe we have more room to go. If SPY continues on this tear, which volume was good today, and we don't have an upper wick, which is very, very bullish, then watch 644 on the SPY. I will leave it at that. That is what I got for you guys for tonight's video. This is 2 days. This is 2 videos, same day. Go watch the pattern day trading video if you haven't seen that. Subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on, and I want all 4, 5, 7, 10, 20,000 you guys who watch these videos, who watch this video, to get in the Discord server if you're still watching. It's the top link in the description. People join and pay for it for years after one trade. Do not sleep on it. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.